Snow and rain, freezing rain, and more. We've got some weather some of you might adore. Others, not so much. An impactful winter storm is on its way to Texas, and guess what? This one's going to be hitting places we don't typically talk about a lot of snow in. Let's get into it in this Sunday evening update of the Texas Weather Roundup. Hey, good evening. It is Sunday evening, the 19th of January, 2025. I am Texas Weather Center's Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. First and foremost, we're going to be doing a live Q&A session, question and answer session, along with a evening discussion as evening model data comes in tonight at 2100 hours Central. That is 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern. You'll be able to join us on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel, so make sure you've hit that notification button, hit the bell, subscribe so you're notified when we go live. See, I can rhyme. That's what I do because I'm Baldy-in-Chief. Who are you? I don't know, but thanks for joining. The good news is I'm done rhyming. So, with that being said, you'll also be able to watch that on the Texas Storm Chasers website mobile app. We're going to try to make this video shorter than this morning's. I thought I was a bit verbose, so I'm going to try to be more articulate and specific so we can get through this video more quickly, get you the information you need, and we'll be more discussion-y as we get into tonight. So let's just get into it. Here's the high-res rapid refresh model now as we get in the range of the high-res models Monday and Tuesday. You can see Monday morning, it's clear. We may have some snow in the panhandle. Band of snow in the panhandle, eastern panhandle Monday afternoon. Could drop a quick inch or two of rain. Monday afternoon, and this animation's going to play a bunch, so I'll quit trying to keep up with it. Monday afternoon, we're going to see scattered showers, light rain, temperatures mostly above freezing, southeastern half of the state. As that continues, roads are going to get wet and damp, but we're going to be in the mid to upper 30s generally. We're going to have to watch temperatures. Now here, 7 p.m. Monday, off the HRRR, you can see some freezing rain, drizzle perhaps, maybe even some sleet pellets in the hill country northwest of San Antonio. Notice everyone else is still rain. Temperatures for the most part, southeastern half of the state at dinner time tomorrow should be at or just above freezing. That is going to change as we get closer to 10 p.m. Notice 10 p.m. we now have rain changing over to or mixing with freezing rain and sleet. South Central Texas, the San Antonio area, the hill country making its way towards Austin. Same for East Texas. What time we go below freezing tomorrow evening is going to be highly dependent on the precipitation types we end up having to deal with. I suppose vice versa. I could have said what precip types we deal with is highly dependent on when we go below freezing. Nevertheless, we're all going below freezing tomorrow night, so it's just a matter of when this is going to start switching from just light rain to freezing rain and sleet. Some uncertainties here involve the amount of dry air we're going to have in the low levels of the atmosphere. That could delay the onset of winter precipitation or also result in more of a sleet freezing rain mix versus snow as we go into Friday morning. Friday morning? How about Tuesday morning? See, I'm a little early. Now, here's 2 a.m. You can see, for all intent and purposes, we're below freezing now. South Central Texas, the hill country, the Brazos Valley, Central Texas, Southeast Texas, East Texas. You notice the little rain showers up near Shreveport. That'll probably be freezing precipitation. But again, there's a question of how much dry air we're going to have in the low levels. That may cause some of this to evaporate. So this is probably going to be mostly on the light side at this point. I realize the map is going to make this look like the apocalypse, and for all intent and purposes, it may end up being that way for some roadways. But this is not heavy, heavy stuff. This is light. But if it falls as freezing rain, freezing drizzle, or sleet, well, we're going to have issues, especially on elevated roads, bridges, overpasses, highway ramps, anything above this ground. Even some surface roads, eventually, we're going to have issues, especially as we get into Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. At this point, this says Houston's going to be just above freezing. Well, guess what? That changes quickly. Here's 4 a.m. The map is pinker than a Barbie movie set here across South Central Texas, the hill country, even into parts of the Edwards Plateau, South Texas, Central Texas. All of the Brazos Valley, the coastal plains, southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, the Piney Woods of East Texas. A mixture of freezing rain, sleet, and snow falling, likely creating at least light accumulations of ice by this point. Sleet, snow, accumulations as well. Guess what? roads are not going to be in good shape in all likelihood. If they're not in bad shape by 4 a.m. Tuesday, they're going to get in bad shape real quickly thereafter. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if they're in bad shape by midnight Tuesday, late Monday evening, especially if we cool down a bit more quickly. South Texas, deep South Texas, the Rio Grande Valley, Corpus Christi, you're still above freezing. It's rain. Now, here is 6 a.m. Tuesday. Now, we're going to start seeing some blues in this. This is the model trying to say things switching from, freezing rain and sleet over to sleet and snow. This is not something I expect models to handle well. So what you're seeing here may or may not occur. We may have snow ongoing. We may just have a lot of sleet and freezing rain. Regardless, where temperatures are 32 degrees Fahrenheit and below, which for all intent and purposes is going to be everyone north of a line from near Zapata to probably Raymondville. So just north of Rio Grande Valley. Everyone above that point is going to be at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, the freezing line or below. That is where ice can form. That is where sleet and snow will stick to everything, including roads. This is going to be a high-impact winter storm. Laredo, Del Rio, San Antonio, Austin, Bryan, College Station, Waco, Houston, Victoria, Corpus Christi, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, Jasper, Dabal. I said it right this time. Guess what? By Tuesday morning, just don't plan on traveling unless you have to, and understand roads are not going to be in good shape, especially if we have more sleet than snow. At least snow will tend to try to melt to an extent in slush. We're doomed by Tuesday night. Make no mistake. We're going to talk about that. It's going to be like 10 degrees Tuesday night. Water, slush, snow, or whatever is going to turn into a block of ice. No doubt about that. But during the morning hours Tuesday, if we have more snow, at least it'll be more slushy in spots. Now, as snow continues to fall, it's going to become snowpacked. If we're dealing with sleet, that could turn roads into a sheet of ice quickly. Freezing rain, that'll stick to trees, power lines, and elevated roads as well. But this isn't going to be a major ice storm. This is most likely sleet. Now, here's 9 a.m. Thursday, Tuesday. I don't know why I want the week to be over so bad. I wonder why. But here you can see freezing rain and sleet, the Edwards Plateau, Rio Grande Plains, even down to McAllen. This model shows it dropping to 32 degrees in McAllen, which means freezing rain and sleet, some ice accumulations on elevated objects. Corpus Christi below freezing, sleet, freezing rain, ice potential. San Antonio, Austin, still have some light winter precip falling. That's starting to move out, but the damage will be done. Roads likely slick and hazardous. Bryan, College Station, down through southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle. This model now showing a mixture of sleet and heavy wet snow by 9 a.m. Tuesday. This is going to start moving out from west to east. Now, here we go. Here is noon. This model noted is a little slower than some of the previous data. Notice it's still, if this is right, we're going to have a mixture of sleet and snow falling in McAllen, Raymondville, even Brownsville, Corpus Christi, all the way the entire Texas Gulf Coast. That maybe South Padre Island still mostly rain, but guess what? Y'all may briefly switch over to snow too as this ends late Tuesday morning into early Tuesday afternoon. Still snow showers, some of which quite heavy. Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, the Piney Woods of East Texas. Could be sleet, probably mostly snow by this point. And then, that's the end of the model run. So let me let this play out wholeheartedly. And again, this is going to be a high-impact winter storm, the southeastern third to the southeastern half of Texas. Impacts, travel will become slick and hazardous to in spots nearly impossible at times. Monday evening, most likely just after dinner Monday, but maybe a little later in the evening, through lunchtime Tuesday. Precipitation, snow, rain, whatever, moves out lunchtime to early Tuesday afternoon. We may see some modest improvement in road conditions Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, sunset onward, anything that is still wet or wintry on the ground will turn into a block of ice as temperatures quickly fall below freezing and into the low teens. Where we have a snowpack, some folks may get into the upper single digits. That's not going to be a thing we see a lot this week, but it will be tomorrow night. It is going to be extremely cold. It is going to turn everything into a block of ice, meaning roads may be a bit better Tuesday afternoon. They may not, depending where we see the heaviest snow, but regardless, everything is going to be slicky, doom, into the wall you go, Tuesday evening through, let's just say, lunchtime Wednesday. So, This will be a Monday evening, Monday night, Tuesday morning, early Tuesday afternoon precipitation event. That all moves out by early Tuesday afternoon, but the damage is done in road conditions and where we see the heaviest accumulations of ice, sleet, freezing rain, snow may not improve until late Wednesday morning, so plan accordingly. As we take a look at this, we're going to look at some probabilities real quick, and then I'll show you the actual forecast we're going with for both sleet, ice, snow. This is the probability of at least some minor freezing rain accumulations, ice, freezing rain. This shows high probabilities, over 50% to 70%. South Texas, the coastal bend, coastal plains, south central Texas, including San Antonio, Victoria, Corpus Christi, Zapata, all the way down to near McAllen. And this is where we could see a trace to 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain. That would stick to power lines, tree branches, elevated roads, bridges, highway overpasses, etc., even some surface roads. This is not going to be enough to be a major ice storm, destroy infrastructure, but it will make things very slick. Now, we're going to start looking at just some probability maps. Here's the probability of at least half an inch of sleet and or snow accumulations. I want to emphasize here, the more sleet we get, the less snow is going to fall and the lower the accumulations. But if we end up with an inch or two of sleet versus an inch or two of snow, that is going to be a big problem and likely very impactful for travel, road conditions, because that'll be ice on roads. It won't stick to power lines or trees as easily, but it will stick to roads and surface objects. So here's the probability of at least half an inch of sleet and or snow. You can see 70 to 95%. Central Texas, the hill country, South Texas, the coastal plains, coastal bend, Southeast Texas, the Brazos Valley, the Golden Triangle, East Texas. Low probabilities across parts of the eastern Big Bend, the Edwards Plateau. Western Concho Valley increasing quickly as you get east into the hill country. This looks like a non-event for DFW. Places north of I-20. This is going to be to your south. Now, here's the probability of 2 or more inches of snow. You can see the highest probability still 60 to 80+%. Brazos Valley, East Texas, Southeast Texas, coastal plains, including, back west towards Austin, even eastern Bexar County. So 2 inches of sleet and or snow. Quite a winter storm for y'all and detrimental to travel for sure. Here's the probability of 4 or more inches of sleet and or snow combination. You can see at this point 30 to 60%. Brazos Valley, eastern parts of central Texas, southeast Texas, including Houston, increasing to near 80 to 90% around Beaumont, Port Arthur, up towards Jasper. And just for fun, how about this? 6 or more inches of snow with some sleet mixed in. The potential is 30 to 50%. The Houston Metro, northeast up towards Jasper, Beaumont, Port Arthur, southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, into Louisiana. You're not reading that wrong. Half a foot of snow with some sleet thrown in. And again, if we end up with more sleet, that's going to bring totals down quite a bit. If a lot of this falls as snow, well, this is going to be in the historic level, in the top. Honestly, at this point, we've seen data. If we can get 3 or more inches of snow in Houston proper, this will automatically be the second most snowiest event Houston's seen in the last 120 years. So it doesn't go without precedent to say this does have the potential to be one of the most significant winter storms, snows, Southeast Texas has seen in a very long time. The Christmas Day storm included in that list, so we're just going to have to see what happens. It's not a guarantee, though. A lot of things can go wrong in that regard. If we have a lot of sleet or freezing rain, that's going to bring snow totals down. Nevertheless, the impacts are going to be the same. Roads are going to be no. A big no-no. Tomorrow evening through Wednesday at lunch. Now, here's the forecast ice totals, what we're going to go with for now. The potential of a trace up to 1/10 of an inch of ice. South Texas, even parts of the Rio Grande Plains, a lot of the Rio Grande Plains, the Edwards Plateau, the coastal bend, South Central Texas, even parts of the coastal bend, coastal plains, Southeast Texas. And again, we may even see some ice accumulations in McAllen, the western Rio Grande Valley. Are you kidding me? Wow. Now that is something we haven't done very often. Last time I can think of, and I'm sure it's happened since, but 2021, Now, this is not going to be a 2021 repeat in the sense of the whole state being under a foot of snow or ice and a week of temperatures below freezing, but you can't argue with the impressiveness of this. This is going to be one for the books for the Gulf Coast, not only in Texas, but the entire Gulf Coast of the United States. All right, so again, slick, hazardous travel Monday evening through Wednesday morning. Here's forecast snow. Now, you might be asking a couple things here. Yes, this is probably a bit conservative. Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you why after I go through it. Up to about an inch of snow. Eastern Concho Valley, the hill country, including San Antonio, up I-35 through New Braunfels. Generally, let's say 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches of snow. Georgetown, Austin, east through Bastrop, the Brazos Valley, including Bryan, College Station, Brenham, Sealy. 1 to 3 inches of sleet/snow. Same thing goes for San Antonio areas west, up to an inch of sleet/snow. Notice I am saying sleet/snow, a mix. Again, sleet, if we have a lot of sleet, that'll bring totals down. If we have more snow, we'll have more snow. That's just how it works. I'm not going to go into the nerdy ratio stuff right now. I will tonight during the live briefing. So 1 to 3 inches of snow, the Brazos Valley, including Bryan College Station, Brenham, Sealy, Huntsville, Conroe, Houston. We're going to go generally at this point, let's say 2 to 4 inches of snow, roughly along and east of 45, from Huntsville, Conroe, Houston, through Diboll, Jasper, Buna, Beaumont, Port Arthur, to the Sabine Pass, Louisiana. And understand, there is the potential some of y'all could see over 6 inches of snow. Houston, that's not out of the realm of possibility. If y'all end up under the heaviest snow band, and it falls as some of these really big, heavy, wet snowflakes versus sleet, the snow totals are going to come up. So we have you in the 1 to 3 right now. If this overperforms, double that, 3 to 6, maybe even a bit more. But a lot has to come together for that, and that's not a guarantee. Generally speaking, about an inch of sleet/snow. Galveston, Bay City, Victoria, back to Pleasanton, San Antonio. On the north side of this, we're not expecting much north of a line from Brady to Waco to Mahia to Palestine to Carthage. We'll keep an eye, though. There may be some flurries, some light activity up to I-20 in North Texas and Northeast Texas. And again, this is going to be a sleet-snow mix. If all this falls as sleet, these totals are probably going to be lower a bit. Now, if for some reason we don't have some warm air aloft and this falls as snow, we'll see snow totals come up. But regardless of it falling as sleet/snow, or all snow, this will be detrimental to travel. We do not have snow plows in abundance in this part of the state. And this is all going to turn into a block of ice one way or another by Tuesday night through Wednesday morning. It may do that as soon as Monday night, to be honest, and then it's not going away until Wednesday afternoon. So travel is going to be very discouraged, not advisable, bad idea. Don't do it unless you have to, and if you have to, make sure you take blankets, some water, some food supplies in case you get stuck on the highway. It's some Congo line of travel nightmareisms, because things are going to get slicker than bull snot. San Antonio, Austin, Bryan College Station, Houston, Beaumont. I-10 is going to be a no-no from Junction on the west all the way through, I-10 through at least Mobile, Alabama, but Pensacola, Florida. This is going to be a system bringing historic snows to the coasts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. There's a winter storm watch for Panama City Beach, Florida for a couple inches of snow, for goodness sake. Holy moly guacamole. It's been 2 decades at least since that's happened. So welcome. It's going to be fun. And yeah, there will be surprises because we're still outside 24 hours. And you know what happens once we're inside 24 hours? We're going to get thrown some curveballs. If temperatures tomorrow at the surface and the lowest levels of the atmosphere cool a little more quickly, we may start this at dinner time versus a few hours after dinner time. If we're able to get more snow than sleet, we're going to have a lot of snow. If this ends up being more freezing rain and sleet than snow, those totals are going to come down, but the impacts are going to be just as severe. So I know most folks want snow, but guess what? I can't tell you for sure it's going to be all snow. It probably won't be. We're just going to have to wait and see what the exact precip types are going to be, but still, this is a rare situation for the Texas Gulf Coast. The fact we're talking about such a significant winter storm at all for y'all. All right, and speaking of issues, here's Tuesday night's low temperature forecast. Notice the temperatures near 10 to 13 degrees where we have a snowpack from the Hill Country, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Beaumont, Port Arthur, up to Jasper. Folks, I want you to understand, wherever we have a snowpack Tuesday night, temperatures are going to be near 10 degrees Wednesday morning. Snow, sleet, water, I don't care what it is, it's going to turn to a block of ice near sunset Tuesday, and it's going to stay that way through late Wednesday morning when temperatures finally get near freezing and rise above it. The entire state of Texas will be below freezing Tuesday night, with lows in the teens, 20s, maybe 30 degrees in South Padre Island. Otherwise, it is going to be a very cold night. But if you're wondering, this is still 30 to 40 degrees warmer than we were the most cold nights back in 2021. It's cold, but it's not historic cold. And it's not going to stay cold because temperatures will begin warming Wednesday, and by the weekend, we're going to be back in the 60s and 70s. So take pride in that. I said this wasn't going to be a 20-minute video, and look what I did. I made it a 20-minute video because I can't stop yapping and blabbing and whoop-de-doo. So, again, we're going to be back here. We're doing a live video. That means a live stream. That means you get to hear me yapping live with meteorologist Jason Cooley. 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern. I don't care about the West Coast. They can do the conversions on their own. And that will be on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel, but also on our website and mobile app. So, find us there then, and we'll keep you updated. We'll look at the data coming in this evening together. Otherwise, we'll have multiple videos tomorrow. We're going to have Chasers Out and About tomorrow night to Tuesday as we gear up for yet another winter storm here in the state of Texas to kick off 2025 because we're not even 3 weeks in yet. All right. Literally, I'm going to go take a stress pill now, and we'll come back and talk to you all in a few hours. See you then. Good evening.